My name is Francesco Sessa, and this is my healthcare story. This is where it all began. My family came to America in 1978 from Italy, and I remember my earliest memories of my interest in medicine was from a TV show that I watched in the late 70s as a young boy. It was called Emergency. It was about two paramedics from California, and I really enjoyed their traveling in their car. I've always had an interest in medicine. And in high school, my interest sort of changed, and I focused a lot on sports. I had a high school teacher, Mr. Hammond, who was my anatomy and physiology teacher. My senior year, he came to me and told me about a new program that he was starting up and wanted me to be a part of. It was an advanced anatomy and physiology course in which half of it was taught at a local hospital where we got real world medical experience. From that experience, I enrolled in an x-ray program to be an x-ray tech. My first job was at the VA hospital at Hines, where I also did my training. While I was working at Hines VA, a nurse anesthetist who was working in the OR had fallen downstairs and came up for an x-ray. She asked what I was doing, and I told her that I was training in the x-ray program and I was going to be an x-ray technician. And she said, "You need to go to nursing school and be a nurse anesthetist." I had no idea what nurse anesthesia was, let alone being a nurse. So I went down to the library there at the Hines VA and I investigated it. Soon I enrolled into Elmhurst College's Bachelor's of Nursing program to train to be a nurse, with the end goal to be a nurse anesthetist. During my training, I continued to be an x-ray technician. I worked at the DuPage County Coroner's Office, completing post-mortem x-ray exams and forensic pathology. After attaining my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, I got my job in Northwestern, working in their intensive care unit, in attaining my mandatory 2 years clinical experience to complete my Master's of Science in Nurse Anesthesia. In 2001, I got my first job as a nurse anesthetist at Evanston Northwestern Healthcare. It now turned into North Shore University Health System. The chairman that hired me, Dr. Vender at the time, pulled me aside and gave me some more inspirational. What he said to me was, "Don't let this be your greatest accomplishment." He inspired me to continue to pursue non-clinical leadership positions, and in 2014 I became the chief CRNA of our department. Initially I was a little overwhelmed, not knowing what to do, and people asking me questions I wasn't really sure how to answer. But after a while I started having some pretty good success, which inspired me to continue my leadership studies. And in May of this year, I will have completed my MBA here at Lake Forest. With my goals to take that into healthcare and be a visionary for others in planning organizations and maybe administration. And the future is looking